Carl, Rick, Michonne, and zombies. Carl, Rick, Michonne, and zombies. Carl, Rick, Michonne, and zombies.
Watching Walking Dead on AMC. It's a show about zombie teams. I don't know.
Carl thinks he's cool. Rick has a broken jaw.
He's in a coma. Michonne has 2 zombie buddies.
Yeah.
But then she cuts all their heads off. Pew!
Carl eats a lot of pudding.
Then
Rick slips into a coma.
how'd he open it? Did he have a can opener? Should have saved that bullet. Because that zombie almost got him, but he got a shoe.
Sam.
Closed the door with chalk and wrote a message.
What a dick.
All right, welcome to, this is episode, we're in the 4th season.
55.
This is now the second half of the 4th season.
Half
so it's-
2.
I think it's
episode,
episode
hold
44, which is episode 9 of season 4.
right,
And it's
like
called
9.
After Dark.
Walking Dead After Dark.
That's right. A lot happened in this episode. Apparently,
No, not a lot happened.
Carl's a
In my
douche.
opinion.
you
First
see some
episode.
character growth. You guys have seen more than me. I'm trying.
No, we saw
watched
the
the
same
same episode,
amount.
yeah.
We've seen the same
What do you
episode.
mean?
We both
No,
watched.
you've
We
watched the
all
show
watched
from
the finale together.
you watched the show from the beginning, so you know Michonne. When you meet Michonne's character, she had
Oh,
this.
you're talking about that.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you find out about her. I thought you meant for like the prison. She took it upon herself to leave the prison. We got some interesting insight. Michonne apparently had a son,
Yes.
but Michonne had 2 zombie kind of partners that trailed her around when she encountered Andrea at the end of season 2, and for whatever reason, I just assumed that they had been related to her. But we found out that she was, one of them was her lover, and that she had a
So
child
apparently-
with that person, and then
You don't know Jack.
yeah, I freely
they were
admit that
brothers
I don't
too,
know Jack.
Who is Jack anyway?
But yeah, and so you find out a little backstory. That was a really cool sequence, though. I liked that. It was like that
I
weird
wanted
dream
things
sequence.
to start melting in the dream. That'd be cool.
It was that was.
It's sort of like if this was like a big Hollywood picture, you would see that effect. But they do kind of do that. Like if you notice, like all the scenes started getting a little more desaturated as the dream sequence kind of
did
fell
not
apart.
yeah, like a little more gray.
Yeah,
each
they lost
time.
her arms, and you can tell like she was starting to panic. She lost her son.
But it was like a really seamless kind of transition from when they're all hanging out and enjoying each other's company at the thing, and then when they're having like a conversation as if they're in this camp, and you see their clothes are slightly different. You know, and that was I really enjoyed that scene a lot. I thought that was really well done.
Yeah, I thought that was good. And I thought they were going to do a similar thing with Carl's part, where like Rick starts to slowly come to life. Apparently, I thought that was going to be
As
another.
a walker.
Yes, I thought they were going to establish that as a dream sequence, but apparently it's just
right.
Rick like slowly.
Oh
just
yeah,
getting
at
up.
the end of the episode.
Rick awakened
yeah.
from his mini coma.
All right, so how does the episode start again?
They're walking along the road, and Rick's like, "Hold down." Oh,
Rick has been so brutally beaten
Right.
that he's like,
He can barely walk.
Yeah, he's got 2 broken ribs. He's shot in the leg.
His leg, when you see a wide shot, his one leg looks so fucked up.
Yeah.
To me, I was like, "Wow, this is nuts."
yeah, that
And
actor did a
Carl's
really
being-
good job of like it. It does look like his leg is broken. It's kind of like flailing
Yeah,
to like
it's
the
like
left.
muscles in his
bowed.
face are
It's
broken.
really fucking weird looking. And Carl's being such a shithead.
Yeah, what a fucking dick. I really hate him.
Carl was. It was really hard to get through this episode because Carl, Boss,
thing.
you were
Look,
really hating on Carl.
I was rooting for the zombies all the whole
Here's the
episode.
thing, though. It's not about the kid. It's just that, it's the same thing the Phantom Menace had. It's just you hate seeing a kid being portrayed as, like, now the kid's in charge.
Right.
Because in real life, kids are morons.
It's not even just that. It's that he has the classic teenager like I think that he thinks that he knows better than his parents.
And here's the
everybody goes through this phase of like, you know what I mean? Like,
win.
you don't know shit, Dad. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
you
or
think
whatever,
you know.
Mom.
And the reason why, like, I've been through that phase where I think I know so much more than these older people.
Right.
And then when you get older, you realize
You
I
don't
was
know
such
anything.
a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know shit. I thought I did because I didn't have any experience.
Right. And then when you see a kid acting like that,
Yeah.
you're thinking, oh, God, what a fucking idiot.
And so then when you go to a movie and you see a kid in that sort of position,
when you watch episode 1,
when you anything, yeah, episode 1 Phantom Menace, like, no, you're not going to be that smart.
I was just screaming at Haley Joel Osment the whole time during Sixth Sense. You fucking asshole. I just kept shrieking at the screen.
You don't see shit.
Well, that's the
Yeah.
thing about
Idiot!
Sixth Sense.
God, you're so... The sense of entitlement!
Yeah, Sixth Sense is the only time I've ever seen a child actor who I do buy. That's the only time. All right,
So basically, Rick, they get to this house, and Rick eventually looks in the mirror, and he realizes how battered and beaten he is, and he decides that
He needs a makeover.
sleep for a couple days.
no, he was probably so battered and abused and so tired because who knows how much time he's even had to like sleep.
Well, he can hardly breathe, too. He's wheezing. He's got, like, cracked ribs or, like, a collapsed lung or something like that.
Yeah, so he just passes out on the couch, and then there was a little sequence where Carl goes up to the room and he sees like a game PlayStation thing.
Yeah.
I thought for a second they were going to be like, "Oh man, wow!" And he starts playing
Grand
games.
Theft Auto.
Yeah, no, but he just
Awesome.
uses the cords from the TV to like tie up the door. Yeah. Basically,
Or I wish that he should have picked up like a copy of Left 4 Dead.
oh shit, wow.
That would have been cool.
But no,
Drop
he's
the ball
trying to
there.
establish. He has it in his head like, look, I can take care of myself. I don't need my dad there anymore. And apparently, he's built up some sort of resentment for his dad.
Animosity.
Yeah, and you mentioned during the episode, you were like, why does he have this feeling towards his dad? Because his dad is always
'cause-
taking care of him.
I guess because just what happened, everything went to hell, and he thinks that's his fault.
Well, what happens is in the episode, you're right, Buzz, because he starts shouting at his comatose father like it's your fault. He blames. He doesn't know what to do because also he's a. I mean, it's fucked up because this kid is now growing up in the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, I can't
You know
imagine.
what I mean?
If I grew up and
what
there
would
was
happen to you if you know what I mean?
I
He's
can't
gonna
imagine.
die.
I was so screwed up when going through my puberty years, and then if you
everyone is.
if you threw in a zombie apocalypse in that, I don't know what the hell would
Raging
happen.
hormones, and you have to survive the zombie apocalypse.
not
I mean,
happening.
he blames Rick for everything that's going on, and that's why he's so angry towards him. So he thinks, I don't need you, I can do it. But then at the end, what happens
He
is,
thinks he's hot shit twice and almost gets killed twice.
Yeah.
yeah, then he throws up, then he eats a bunch of pudding,
Right.
and then he thinks his dad has become. He thinks that Rick starts to like is wheezing, and he's kind of just waking up. I thought Carl was gonna shoot Rick.
Me
Yeah,
too.
I was afraid.
And then, like, Rick would have been shot, like, in the gut. And then he
no.
would have been like, Carl, you killed me.
Yeah.
You know
Now,
what I mean?
You mentioned this before. You said that Carl had been shot before.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. So you just reminded me. There's two things we have to go over.
Because I was hoping that Carl would get shot by some other survivor, and then that's how that came up.
Then I reminded Boss that already happened because they're going through the woods. Rick and Carl are out in the forest.
Hold on. Before you continue, just to let you guys know, me, Oxnard, I have not seen the first.
Me, Oxnard.
Me,
Me no see first.
Oxnard.
First three
Oh, yeah.
season.
tribe leader.
I have not seen the first few seasons. You two guys have, so I just got into the show in the 4th season.
Yes, exactly.
So now you're going to educate
So
me.
there's two things to go over. The one is that Carl was previously shot and like almost died.
Who shot him?
This
A guy was
person,
hunting for a deer and shot him.
yeah, they're looking at this deer. Rick is in the forest with Carl and another member of their camp. I can't remember who. And then a wild deer comes out, and they're like, "Oh wow, look at that! That's really cool." And then all of a sudden, there's a gunshot, and then Carl is shot. And then
Where was it? Like in the gut?
like in
Yeah.
the gut, yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
wow.
And then these two guys come up and they're like, "Oh shit!" So then they take.
And this is before the zombie apocalypse?
No, this is during the zombie apocalypse. So what
okay.
happens is you see these two guys. One of them shot Carl. Then they say, "Okay, we can take him. You know, we can help." They bring him to Hershel's farm. That's introducing Hershel and his daughters and all that kind of stuff. So then that's in the second season, I think, right? So then the other thing that happens is, obviously Carl survives. So the other thing that happens is Carl, when he's pissed at Rick, he mentions
Shane.
Like, oh, Shane, yeah, you couldn't. Do you remember Shane? You remember? And then Rick is saying, I think about it every day. Shane was Rick's partner when they were cops.
Oh, okay.
And what
On
happened?
The beat.
What happened was Oxnard. Yeah, exactly. When Rick had been Rick was shot when they were responding to a call. There was a shootout. He was shot. The zombie apocalypse occurs while he is lying in the hospital in a coma recovering from his injury. Mm-hmm. So during that time, Shane takes Rick's wife and son and is, surviving with them, and they come together. But what happens is they think Rick's dead because Shane said that he was, and basically Rick's wife is now in a romantic relationship with Shane.
Okay.
But then Rick comes back, and so that all immediately comes to a screeching halt for Shane, and he has trouble dealing with that. So there's a lot of animosity for Shane with Rick, and it all kind of comes to a head in the second season. And I won't go into too much detail because it's too complicated.
Pimple, it pops.
Right. Okay. And anyway, what happens is Rick ends up killing Shane because Shane was it was kill or be killed,
right?
Basically. So that's why. But Carl was very close with Shane. Yeah, so that's basically why that reference is there, because Carl was saying that to hurt Rick. Yeah, that's what that comment was designed to do.
Right. But then he has a turnaround later on where he realizes, hey, why don't have this animosity towards your dad? Because honestly, he's trying to help you. You can only do so much. Sometimes life just fucks everything over, which I think he kind of learns in that scene where the zombie is attacking him and he takes his shoe and he doesn't have that last bullet, which Rick had just previously said, hey, you're wasting a bullet on this zombie. Right. Save the bullet because you're never going to need it.
No, but also it's a classic thing of I remember from me growing up, I knew I had to do something. Then one of my parents would say, you got to do this. And I'd be like, yeah, and I already knew it. So then that just made me not want to do it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, so I think there was a lot of case of that. Carl's going through that kind of phase.
I don't want to eat cornflakes.
Yeah. I want to eat pudding.
He also says this. I don't know if we talked about this with you, Oxnard, yet, but Rick's wife, Carl's mom, she was pregnant, obviously, and she had Judith, but she dies in childbirth. So I wonder, because Carl is saying, oh, it's your fault, and he also blames Rick for his mom's death, I guess because Rick got her pregnant. But there was also debate. Was that debate ever settled if it was Shane's or Rick's? I mean, they just said, you know what, no matter what, it's Rick's baby. Mm-hmm. But we don't actually know if it was Shane or Rick's baby.
There's a possibility that Shane is a father to Carl?
No.
Judith.
To Judith.
Which one is
the
Judith?
Baby.
The baby.
Oh, okay.
Not Carl.
I'm sorry.
Rick's only other child.
All right, so
there's a possibility that Shane is Rick?
No, Rick's father.
Yes,
I mean, Carl, never mind.
Yeah!
Oh, my God.
Oh, man.
Anyway, so Michonne.
Michelle.
It's
funny that he said Michelle, not
Michelle.
Like Michelle.
Oh, what a douche.
You suck. No, so
you sound like this person that I work with.
Is he a jackass?
It's a she, and she
a jackass?
always does this fucking annoying thing where she's talking to somebody who is Spanish or Asian or Indian, and then tries to say the name in the accent of their native language, and it always sounds fucking horrible. She was talking to somebody, it's a Spanish guy, his name is Fernando. He goes, yes, my name is Fernando. Hello. And he goes, oh, he's Fernando? Fernando? Yeah, Fernando. Fernando? Oh, my God, fuck you.
All right, I'm sorry, man. That really brought up a lot of hatred there. I know. I didn't mean it. Anyway, Michonne?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. Michonne. The episode ends with her coming across, finally, Rick and Carl.
Yeah, that was cool.
But prior to that, she has this moment where she's walking with a herd of zombies.
Yeah.
And then there's one zombie there who I guess she feels resembles her.
Yeah.
So she's getting an insight into what she would become if she was ever
And
turned.
I think it reminds her of the fact that everything went wrong with her boyfriend and their other friend and her son.
Right.
Like that
You
could
know what
be,
I mean?
that could easily be her. Maybe she's
Right.
thinking.
Like they became that probably. And so that's why she
But that was a
should
cool
be
moment.
with them.
That was a cool moment because she kind of has like she snaps and she just starts beheading and killing all these other
She kills
zombies.
the whole herd.
Yeah,
That was
I was
awesome.
wondering why would she let these other zombies travel with them for so long? Because I understand, like, okay, she's traveling with these two other zombies because the scent you told me hides the fact that she's human and still alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why would? Because I was making the joke like, oh, now she's like in control of this herd, so she can be like almost like a D&D character who has control over like the undead, like a necromancer, and like send out these hordes of zombies. That's the only reason I was thinking like why she was keeping them alive. Like she has this control. Like if she comes across another group of people who don't trust outsiders, at least her leverage would be like, hey, look, I'm traveling with a herd of zombies that won't harm me.
Yeah.
So
I
listen to
think,
what I have to say.
I think a big detail was that initially she's leading the zombies, her two zombies, but when she's in the herd, the zombies are leading her. So she was like thinking about what she was gonna do there, and I think it was like, all right, fuck this, I'm gonna survive, and so she kills them all.
Yeah, the other thought that I had too was like if she tried to break away with her zombies, like would the herd just follow her?
Well, what I found interesting, the second she kills one of the zombies, they all turn on her.
Well, yeah. Also, she
Well,
was
they
separated.
realized,
She
yeah.
was separated from the two that she had,
Okay.
and so they're responding to the action and the
Yeah.
noise that she's making.
So she's just
moving around.
she's like
not a
bluffing.
zombie, yeah.
yeah,
Sort
she's
of.
just kind of like right because she's just kind of shuffling along, and she's right with her zombie companions, if you will, and then what happens is she breaks away from them, so she doesn't have she's not like mixed in with their scent anymore, and then she's kind of like flailing around. So
Don't try to analyze it. It's just
Well, that's the
this
point
whole
of
thing is pointless.
That's the point of this
whole show
discussion
is
is to
pointless.
analyze it.
I think the movements.
Don't try and analyze.
initiated the zombie.
Don't try to
reflex.
talk about it or think
Don't
about
waste
it.
everyone's time on the internet.
Any little details that occurred that jumped out at you, or
I just told you, man.
No, I mean, I think, like I said, I think the main thing of this was like, again, Carl coming back to Rick. It's good that Michonne found them. I don't think there was any subtle detail in here that I noticed that was gonna.
Maybe she
play a
found,
major part.
Maybe she found their face twins. It's not even them.
Is zombie doppelgangers?
face twins?
Yeah.
What is
face
that?
twins. You don't have a face twin? Someone who just looks like you?
So a twin?
Remember, I had one in college who looked like me.
Yes, I remember. That.
Oh God!
All right, so very entertaining first episode.
I mean, again, I feel like this was kind of on par with the season, the season opener. It was like an
Yeah.
okay episode.
It was similar.
So far, this season has been like okay opening episodes. Then the season just keeps getting better and better and better, and then like the mid-season finale was awesome, and then this.
Yeah.
So hopefully the season finale here will be great too.
If you've read the comic book, you already know what's going to happen. But
I don't. Nobody here read the comic
No.
book,
Yeah,
so
we have not
none of
read
us
any of
know.
it.
And obviously, this episode concentrated on 3 characters, so we don't know what happened to Daryl or anyone else yet, or
Yes.
Glenn and Maggie
Or little
and
crazy kids.
yeah, or those.
so
fucking
predictions for
weird
the next
kids.
episode. I predict it's going to be Daryl centric.
Well, I saw Daryl in the preview, so
Well, we turn off. You saw that?
yeah.
Oh, I turned it off. I didn't
Oh.
listen.
Well, I think what's going to happen with Judith is that, like, how Michonne was, like, slowly tracking them? I think they made, they're going to go back to the beginning for the other characters. And I think that we're going to see, at some point, we're going to see that Rick and Carl are, like, so close to Judith. But they like don't realize like where they are, in relation to her. You know what I mean? They just miss some minor detail or some they just miss something, and they're so close, but then they never get to her.
All right.
right.
Thank you for listening.
Awesome.
Leave comments. We're getting back into the show. Honestly, I had no idea that the show was coming back tonight.
Me neither.
So this was like
Yeah,
a
that was
spur
a
of the moment
fluke.
discussion. Thanks for listening, and look forward to next week. And
Check out How Do
Check
on
out How
iTunes.
Do, which is hanging out with Dexter and Oxnard.
Yep,
Which
and,
also features Boss's Gaming Corner, where he is playing in a role-playing server of Neverwinter Night, and he updates us every once in a while.
Yeah, every other week about. And,
Getting crazy. I'm going to own that server, but...
Also, we've been putting our D&D series on iTunes. If anybody
iTunes,
has listened to this and not checked that out, that's
just
on
the main
iTunes.
campaign. The side quills and like the holiday special. And
Oh, Sidequel's not going on iTunes?
well, I figured to get like cross traffic, we would put the main campaign, and then you would visit our YouTube channel to watch the side quills.
Okay.
So go back and forth. So something like that, just to
And we're only, one episode from the season... Is the next episode of season finale?
Next
D&D,
episode of
right?
D&D will either be the finale, or it might be one episode away from the finale. I need to
And
see how I
it's-
edit it,
it's a
because
doozy.
there's a lot of shit going on, and it gets crazy.
Spoilers, man.
I'm
Slocum,
all-
you hear me? Spoilers.
Slocum, it's all for you, man. Oh, and also, everyone leave comments about your zombie survival tips and stuff.
Oh,
'cause
yeah.
We need to discuss
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Any comment?
Oh, yeah, wait, remember...
Oh, yes, wait.
Carl tries to break in the door and he falls on his ass.
It looks like
He did not. Carl needs to read Slocum's tips
like,
there.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
didn't even use his
He
foot.
just tries to shoulder it with
Yeah,
his
what the
skinny little shoulder.
The kid weighs 90 pounds.
Right.
It's not going to work, kid.
I
What
can
an
do it.
idiot.
Well, I won.
Hooray, boom.
I love pudding.
That was hilarious.
That's what happens when you're a kid and you eat pudding all day.
win.
Right.
I win.
Yeah, he
that
loves
was the
that
other thing.
catchphrase, I
Fucking
win.
Carl.
Do some
Carl was
push-ups.
very annoying this episode, I gotta say.
Yes.
Me too. Second that.
All right, so every comment you leave, we will definitely read.
D&D.
All right?
All right.
That's the end of that. Thank you for listening. I'm Oxnard.
I'm Dexter.
Boss.
Goodbye.